Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Buzz Aldrin's space program with me, Alfapiomega, and NASA. So, we've gone through a lot of hassle. Again, I apologize for doing so little in the first episode, but I really want you guys to be able to follow what I'm doing. So I hope you will forgive me for laying that much information for you. But I promise now we're gonna start playing. So, we have our programs running, we have people researching already, so let's end the season and see the results. So, here we have the advancement screen. You can see that we have the X15 here. Its original reliability was, I think, 3%. And because we are researching the X15 plane, its reliability increased to 20.8%. So if it's in a mission now, there's a 20% chance 20.8% chance it will not fail. For the Explorer 1, the effects are pretty much similar. We increased the reliability by 16.5%, and we are now at 19.5%. This is the bulletin. We get the news here. We get to whatever happened in the last season, like a little review, but we also get information about our competing space agency, which is the Soviet Space Agency. The Soviet Space Agency has opened the following programs: Sputnik 1 and PKA spaceplane. So they did pretty much what we did. They are starting their own first artificial satellite program and their first spaceplane. Apart from that, we have opened the X15 and Explorer 1, and we started building the Astronaut Center, Mission Control Center, and the Vehicle Assembly Building. And we started the upgrade of the Set Center, and we finished the building of the Mission Control Center.
We choose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other thing, not because they are easy, but because they are hard.
Okay, so here's a little motivation speech from JFK himself. We chose to go to the moon. We chose to go to the moon in this decade and do the other things, not because they are easy, but because they are hard. Because that goal will serve to organize and measure the best of our energies and skills. Because that challenge is one that we are willing to accept, one we are unwilling to postpone, and one in which we intend to win, and the others too. As the NASA administrator, it is now your responsibility to ensure that this vision becomes a reality. Good luck. Now, NASA, at the height of its might, or at the height of its prestige, when it was running the Apollo program, was getting an unbelievable 11% of the USA budget per year, which is why they were able to go to the moon. The thing is, right now they're getting like 1 point something, so no wonder we're not building that space base. So, here we just see that the budget we have been assigned will be the same for the first years, after which will be evaluated. And it's telling us to go to the Public Affairs Office, where we see how many seasons we have until the next budget review, and what is the lowest prestige needed and highest prestige, and what is the current projected budget. We are below, so for us it would be game over. Anyway, this girl looks so much like my ex-girlfriend, it's crazy. Here are the funds, the prestige, nothing really important for us there right now. We're not going to do any change in the headquarters or anything, but we're going to look at the mission control. This is another building that works pretty much the same as the research center. The mechanic is the same. We can hire 5 mission control specialists. You can see them here. We have a lot to choose from. There are 5 categories. There's propulsion, there's trajectory and GNC, there's spacecraft systems, there's crew and payloads, and there's mission operations. But there's also a special thing, which is flight director. This is the person who has all the skills high. He needs everything, and the more he has in each of them, it's like an average, but not always everything is used. So we are definitely gonna get Ella March because she's the best flight director we can get, and she's also super cheap and very skilled. And we could also get Paul Ennis because he's really good anyway and super cheap as well. He's gonna be our crew and payload specialist, or maybe propulsion specialist. Yeah, he's the best propulsion guy anyway, so we're gonna get him as well. Now, as far as trajectory goes, and Nell is the best woman for the job. What about spacecraft systems? You are the best, but you are really expensive. The guy behind you has way less. Damn. Damn. What about these guys? Well, honestly, you're best in crew and payloads and spacecraft systems as well. So let's get you. And this guy is best in crew and payloads. Okay, let's get him as well. But actually that doesn't... We don't have the capacity to get... Oh, you are super expensive. Mission operations and these guys. Okay, we'll use Ella March for missions operations if we have to. Or we'll use Colton. So we have Ella, who is our flight director, and then we have 4 other people who will be good in various other things. So let's hire them. I'm actually okay with their price. Everyone is super cheap with the exception of Louise. But spacecraft systems, I don't think we have much of a choice because the second guy is much worse. And even more expensive, and I would have to go all the way to here to Zachary, who's 31, very cheap, but I don't think that's worth it. So as hard these people, it's gonna cost $167 per season. I'm gonna ignore the obvious discrepancy here. I guess it should be like 167,000 per season, but whatever. Now they are all in advanced training. They're preparing to work for NASA, so for 2 seasons we are unable to do anything with them, but it's okay. You know, we'll be fine. The set center, they're working. You will train for extra 2 seasons, where you can see that we have down here the free amount of people, we have the busy amount of people, and we have the maximum amount of people. We could hire extra researchers, but I don't want to do that. Wait. Here's the set center. Yeah, I don't want to do that because you can only hire once per year, and we're upgrading the set center. So we're just gonna chill and hang and wait for them. So we're also getting a bit of a surplus every season, so that's good for the future reference. So let's end the season now. And our X-15's reliability has also, again increased. But you can see that diminishing returns, see? Only 13%. And the Explorer 1 has 14%, which is less than optimal. So, new NASA news. We have hired 5 people, and they are currently in the basic training. There will be our flight controls: Ella March, Paul Ennis, Annela Hugen, Louis Mackenzie, and Colton Garvin. And the vehicle assembly building has been finished, and we have finished the set center upgrade. So I'm gonna first deal with the researchers, because yes, we can now have 14 of them. You can see that our budget has taken a heavy hit, or our surplus has took a heavy hit, but that's okay. We're gonna deal with it. So we can hire 9 people. We have 5 categories. So ideally, I would like to hire 2 for each and then 1 extra. So we need rocket people. So you're super cheap, and you're better at the crewed spacecraft, but I'm gonna hire you anyway because you're cheap. I will try to hire people who are... People usually go about this by their by their numbers here, and they ignore the cost. But I think that the cost is way more important in game than anything else, because you can train the people. You can never get rid of the cost. But hey, it seems like, honestly, yeah, I can just keep one person not hired. So can I sort you by cost? You cost 54. You cost 51. So pretty much I can hire anyone except you. And there's only a $3 difference. And you are honestly better. So let's leave Sergio. No, let's leave Silas. Silas has a killer mustache, but he's not gonna be a good fit. He's too expensive, and we're just gonna go like this. So Silas, my bro, I'm sorry. You're just gonna be here. We can't hire you, we don't have the space. This is gonna be super terrifying for us, because we're already at $342 of added extra costs per season, but we can do it. Don't you worry. So, now these people are all in advanced training. We have 2 pages of them. They will train for 2 extra seasons. I'm okay with that. It's not a biggie. But we also have astronauts. We also have astronauts now, and we can hire them. So who's here? Again, you can see we can hire... Oh, we can hire 7 astronauts. I think that's a bit too much. I think that sounds a bit too much. I think 2 would be enough for now. We don't really plan to have them for much longer. Or will we hire 3? Okay, we definitely need cheap people here, so I can hire Blaine. He's really good. He has EV at 54, leadership at 52. Ben Green looks like a dick, honestly. 28 though. But I think we're gonna go with Aaron. He costs 46, but he is already really good at everything. And anyone else cheap? Let's get a... Oh, we don't have a single girl here. That sucks. There's usually women here. Not this time. Not this time. So then there's Frank. Frank has just got out of prison. He's looking for a job. He's known for stealing a police car and EVAing it. But I guess that's pretty much all there is. You guys are... That's already $93. David would be good, but David costs so much. We could also get Stoner Ben. Just for the hell of it. Okay, 4 will be enough. Astronauts are super important, but we really won't need them in the beginning. They're just gonna be a waste of resources, because we're just gonna shove money down their throat as we're training them. So do we really want Ben? I don't think we need Ben. I think 3 astronauts would be enough for now. It would be pretty much too much already, I think. You know what, I'm gonna... One or more candidates have already been pre-selected. No, you know what, let's get Ben. I think we can do this. I'm gonna have four bros. 4 astronaut bros. And now we can go and check the vehicle assembly building. This is where we can check our scheduled and missions in progress. There's none, obviously. But the main thing that we can do now is we can select the rocket for our Explorer 1 probe. Yes. So these are all the rockets that are in the game, including the Saturn V booster, which cost unbelievable $1,250 in one season. But we're all the way up here in the little dinky tiny rockets. There's Jupiter C booster, or the Jupiter 2. Funny thing is that these rockets are completely different. They have nothing in common. People think that they are the same, but they were based on entirely different rocket. And here you can see what their payloads can be. So the Jupiter C can only carry 50 kilograms to suborbital or 11 kilograms, which is enough for the Explorer 1 to the low Earth orbit, while the Juno, oh, actually that's Jupiter and Juno, okay. I guess but still people think that's the same rocket. I refuse to be proven wrong. But the Juno 2 has a much higher chance to get things done. But their rating difficulty is much higher. You can see that this is 19.7 and this is 23.5. So it is much easier to research the Jupiter C. When we go all the way down here, then Saturn V has 100% R&D difficulty. This is just insane. And we have a 3% starting reliability. Apart from the fact that these things are super expensive as they go down, I'm wondering whether or not we should go with the Juno. I don't think it's gonna give us... There's a translunar injection here. I don't think we'll be able to... Pioneer is how expensive? 6 kilograms. Actually, that would make a lot of sense because we could research. Okay, let me think here. If we go with the Jupiter C, we would still then have to do the Juno 2 because that one can't carry anything to the translunar injection. But the Juno 2 can. So this is a slightly harder rocket to research and it costs slightly more, but it's also much more user-friendly, if that's the right way to put it. So let's open the Juno 2 booster. Actually, I'm torn because each of these rockets have been used, so why don't we just go historically? Redstone booster, Torable booster, Jupiter C. Nah, you know what? Let's go with Jupiter C. We're gonna do it the way it's supposed to. And we have no one to research this, but do we have some people? Actually, Alexander is pretty good when it comes to rockets. And so is Graham. So I'm gonna put these guys on here, just for now, you know. Eventually we're gonna get way more people to play around with. But they're gonna research this rocket for us for now, and we'll be fine. So let's end the season, and we will see how we do. So, as we pulled people out of the X-15 spaceplane, you can see that we only increased it by 3.8% now. We increased the Explorer 1 by 7.5%, but we got 15% extra on the Jupiter C booster. So, that's fine. And let's see the NASA news. So the following flight controllers have graduated from basic training, all of them. And Dante Burks has graduated from advanced training. That's important because this guy will be our new rockets guy. And astronauts have been hired and scientists have been hired. I am okay with that. So we have an extra guy now already. I'm gonna assign him to the booster. Wait, I don't want to open a new program. I want to manage. No, not that. Manage rocket programs here. I'm gonna put you here. You're gonna do a huge difference. Is it right here? Oh yeah, 14%, and with him 18. Which means I can pull you off and just let you go to that original thing. Which was, I believe, here? Yes, crewed spacecraft, because we need X-15. So, let's go ahead and end the season. Wait. Are you guys still... Yeah, you're still in advanced or basic training for 3 seasons, so we don't have you and you guys... Oh, you guys have graduated. Okay, so that's important. We need to start training our people here. Because, believe it or not, we will use them soon. So, and now Hugen is our... Is she? No, Ella. Ella is our... what's it called? Flight director. If we don't have astronauts, we're going to have flight directors. So we're going to train her, and I'm going to give her the mission operations, a single training course. She's going to get better at that. Paul is our propulsion expert, so he's going to get propulsion training. Who's our... Okay, Ella March has the trajectory, but then the second person is Annelle, who's also, incidentally, very good at propulsion. So let's get her trajectory training. Then we have spacecraft systems, which is our dude bro Louis Mackenzie. He looks like he does not spoil any party. So spacecraft systems. And Colton, who looks a bit worried, will take care of crew and payloads. Now I understand why he is so worried. I would be so worried if I was Colton. Okay, so everyone now is in training. That means we have people doing stuff everywhere. But we have to keep an eye on our budget, because we're still increasing it, but we won't be for much longer. So let's end the current season and check out the advancements. So the X-15 is getting slightly more reliable by 10%. That's pretty good. 47% currently. The Explorer is slowing down, but it's still at 47%. And the Jupiter Booster is gotten to 34%. And how about NASA news? So the following scientists, engineers, and technicians have graduated from basic training. We're going to play with those. An increased public interest in the space program has given you a boost of 7 prestige points. Hey, people! Good for us. Anyway, this is enough for this episode. It has been running long enough, so I'm going to end it here. And I hope you enjoyed. Again, if you have any questions, just post them. Let me know, and I'll see you in the next episode. So till then, you guys take care.